on. Brothers on a comedy path. All jokes aside, we about to change the math. Real talk plus no filter equals not your usual chatter. From sports to politics, all subjects matter. Never shallow, we about to go into the deep end. Get ready to dive in, go ahead, grab a friend. Now this is grown people business, keep them kids inside. Now that's debatable, jump on, it's time to ride. Yeah, now that's debatable. Now that's debatable. Here we go. Time to start the show.
Yo, we have 3 beautiful black faces for y'all this week. We got a fired up show. I know if you are a veteran of watching this show, that person you see on the opposite end of me, you know who that is. That is Kat from the Fake Ass Book Club podcast. And you know when she's on here, we give her a lot of grief, but because she earned it, she's on here, she's gonna start some shit. But before we get to her starting some shit, man, I am Sidney Smith. That is my brother for a long time, Mr. Dion Curry in the middle. And again, that is our special guest tonight, Kat. She's gonna come over here and she's gonna be as honest as she can be. And that's why we bring her on, man, so that she can be honest. But it's gonna be a fun show. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Happy Monday to everybody out there. It is Thanksgiving week. So I gotta tell y'all something. Don't come on here next week tell us about all the fights you got into because you drank too much liquor while you was eating that last turkey leg. All right, everybody be nice to each other, be cool, be calm. Anybody got to shoot nobody over these spades games. For all of our white listeners and viewers, anybody got to shoot anybody over any pinochle games. All right, everybody just be cool and be calm. Di, how you doing, brother?
Of all the white games you went to, pinochle was the one. And then I realized you're in a different age group than I am, and that's
whoa! How old you forget how old you are sometimes. You really think you like 25 sometimes.
I tell you what, I know how old I'm not yet. So there's the beauty in that. Happy Monday to you and all the master debaters. I had a fantastic weekend. I'm doing great. I'm excited about this show because you picked the topic. And as we all know, when you pick the topic, you feel strongly about it. And I can find ways to poke you with my little poker should the need to arise. However, we've got Kat over there, and I'm sure she's going to be doing more than enough poking for the both of us. So I'll let her do the bulk of that and just
100%.
get my jabs in on the sideline.
100%. Kat, how you doing? Long time.
Thank you for asking. I'm doing really well. I'm glad to be here.
That's it. Kat,
why you leave her dangling like that?
Because Kat knows she got stuff to say. Don't be acting like that.
I don't know why you act like I don't have home training. I'm polite.
I'll just give you some grief. Kat, what you been up to? How's the podcast? How's your podcast partner? What's going on? What's good?
Oh, it's going really well. We have a lot of abundance, a lot of things coming up. So, tap in with us, like go over to the Fab Podcast on Instagram. That's the best way to keep up with us.
I know one thing. When you said abundance, it being Thanksgiving, I was sure you were going to say cornucopia next. I'm sure he's going to try to figure it out.
Yeah, we got those too.
All right. We got a couple people already chiming in with us. Facebook user, hi guys, and then we got one laughing at my pinochle. See, Dion, people get me. People understand me.
Yeah, that was Barry.
Hey, we trying to say.
You know exactly what I said. She was there when I said it.
Before we get started, I talked about this on Running Slow Motion, the other pod. I want to throw it out there now. If you are in the Valley, I will be doing a guest spot at Stir Crazy over in the West Valley. Second show, so come on out, check that out. Again, just a guest spot, but if you're not doing anything on Black Friday, second show, buy yourself a ticket, come on out. It's gonna be a great show. My man Brian Ritchie is headlining. Super dope dude, super funny dude. Every comic had the one guy who was in their locale or female, depending on whoever you looked up to, that you wanted to be like. You're like, man, if I could just be as funny as this guy and do what he's doing. Because Brian Ritchie was on tour with D.L. Hughley and some other cats back during that time. We're going 15, 16 years ago. And so you're like, if I can just be. Dion, who was that guy for you or girl, if you guys had that? If you had that person in your area?
In my scene?
Yeah.
That's a good question. Everybody here that was above me, they worked local, so I wanted more than that. But I tell you, Warren was the only touring headliner that, like, whenever he came in town, because there was two clubs back then, and he would play them both. Like, he would always have pointers for me. So I would, when we would have, like, I want to be working like he's working, because
Okay.
he was always somewhere close. If it wasn't Indy, it was Bloomington or Chicago or St. Louis or Louisville or Cincinnati. It was just somewhere close. He was, and I was like, he's working a lot, and he was living in Indy at the time, so he was the one I was like, yeah, I want his gigs.
All right, so Warren B. Kat, I don't know. Did you ever do podcasts at all? I mean, I'm sorry, stand up. Have you ever done that? I didn't know.
No, not even close.
Okay. What did you? Anything of the sort that anybody you looked up to with their career and said, man, I like to have what he or she has. Anyone in your career field at the time, back in the day?
Jackie Harry. I definitely wanted to like be a bad bitch with her own apartment.
What? Did you just say Sandra Clark from 227?
No, yeah, pretty much. I wanted to be Sandra and FloJo. Those were goals.
All right, well, FloJo, yeah, absolutely was gorgeous. I don't remember anybody not wanting to love or idolize FloJo in some shape or form. I mean, between the fashion and the speed and everything.
And the nails.
She had it all going on.
Yeah.
Dion, can you tell me who this person is? Says, who is this woman? Or who is this woman? I don't know. She is gorgeous. Who?
Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
That was Chelsea.
Oh, okay. Chelsea, lay off. All right,
Thank you,
back up.
Chelsea.
We have another Facebook user jumping in with us saying, good evening. Thank you for jumping in. Not quite sure who that is either, but thank you.
That was Chelsea as well.
Oh, Chelsea as well. All right. Chelsea, thanks for jumping in with us. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the show. One of our viewers, August O'Neill, Dion, this is who this came from. Hit me
Makes
up last
sense
week.
now.
Yeah, doesn't it? Before we jump in, guys, hit that share button. Hit that share button if you haven't already hit it yet. Please hit that share button. Some of you remember August O'Neill is our former screener of comments before she had to depart. She hit me up and said, "Hey, will you and Dion talk about this?" And the topic was, I want to make sure I bring it up on the screen here so everybody can see what we're doing here, was about this woman here, Miss Jackson. I believe her name is Jackson, if I remember correctly. I'm going to pull that article up while that's coming up, though. She is Miss Zimbabwe. She won the opportunity to represent Zimbabwe in the Miss Universe competition, and all hell kind of broke loose on the internet when she won. Now, I don't know if you can notice, but in the picture that is on screen, you see a white woman in the forefront, and in the background, you see nothing but beautiful brown faces. And so, obviously, the controversy was the fact that this white woman won the Miss Universe for Zimbabwe, and there was a lot of backlash. I won't say it was 100% against her, because there were some people on the internet who kind of were okay with it as well. And August wanted us to talk about it. I didn't really get into why August wanted us to talk about it, because I know her a long time. I already know why she wanted us to talk about it. So I threw it at Dion, and Dion said, jump right on it. So when Dion tells you that I brought it up and he knows I'm going to be passionate, I know when Dion jumps right on an agreement on the topic, I know he's going to bring some shit with it too. And then Kat hit me up earlier today and said she would like to be a guest. And I thought this was another Dion Curry setup, because I thought she knew exactly what we were going to talk about. But we have her on to give her point of view as well, which we're always happy to have. So Kat, ladies first tonight, and we're going to let you lead the way on this. What was your thoughts about this individual winning Zimbabwe? Miss Zimbabwe, I should say.
She won Miss Zimbabwe to represent in the Miss Universe pageant.
Correct.
And so, it was a little surprising to hear. I wasn't quite sure how to feel about it, quite honestly, because it's a little complicated, right? Because first and foremost, for people who don't watch, our show, a big theme of it is the fact I don't believe like whiteness exists. I think the status of whiteness is a myth. But there are obviously pale people, and they've, considered themselves a collective. So, and that's fine.
What I would, just so everyone has a full understanding of what you mean, can you kind of give just a short description of what you mean?
Because as Americans, I feel like the is probably most of the audience, we think of terms like black and white, like that's just part of our vernacular. It's not
Hmm.
the same way all over the world. So, since it's something that's just sort of a social status thing, to me, it's not really like a scientific fact. It's kind of just a holdover from eugenics.
Okay.
But
Okay.
all the same, we're all here. So, what's done is done. If she was the best contestant, hey, she should win. Like, that's the thing. I don't know if she was though, because I honestly don't know how beauty pageants work. Like, to me, I don't know how they pick a winner. Did she I know like here, like when you do the debutante stuff, it's whoever raised the most money and that's who wins. So if that's how they did it, but it reminded me of
What
that
she
black
raised?
lady.
What she raised? $55 in Zimbabwe.
Because that's how they're always like, this is a scholarship competition or whatever. You know how it is. So if you get the most ad dollars, that's usually who wins
Yeah, yeah,
or gets the
I've heard
most
that.
points or whatever.
Yeah.
And so if she won fair and square, it reminded me there was a black girl a couple years ago who won Miss Japan. And people were mad about that because she was a hafu. That's their name for a half black person over there.
Hmm.
And I was like, I honestly don't know if it's a problem or not because I don't know how they score the points.
I love the fact that Kat is, and the reason she's on is because she has a lot of opinions. She's not
I do.
she's not afraid to voice them, but she's a
I'm not.
smart person as well. So I
I
enjoy
am.
it. But what I enjoy is the combination of her and Dion. Because watching her, listen to her say what she said, and then watching Dion's reaction. So when she said, "Did you say hack food?"
Hafu, yeah, that's
Hafu,
their word
hafu.
for it. Hafu.
And the first thing I thought of, I don't know what you thought of, Di, was Shaq food. Di,
I
oh,
mean,
sorry, go ahead, Kat.
I don't know though. So I'm trying to figure out. So I actually called a friend of mine who's from Zimbabwe to get her take on it,
Yeah.
and she was like, "I think people don't realize how many white people are in Zimbabwe. Like they just like the British just left there in like what 78 or
Mm,
whatever.
mm.
So they were colonized for a long time. They're just kind of in the same way like here. We don't flip out when Miss USA is white and not Native American.
All right, Di, what are your thoughts on this?
First things first. Attention countries in Africa. You're not finna win Miss Universe regardless of what race of the person is. Okay? Zimbabwe's got the finals. No, they don't. I'm sorry. It don't matter if she white, she brown, she upside down, she's a clown. It don't matter. Zimbabwe's not winning. Okay? Can we all
Rude.
agree that they're not gonna let
No.
Africa win no Miss Universe?
I feel like they have before in the past. Usually it's Miss Columbia, but I feel like
I
they
think
they
she I
might have
think
won a
she
couple
won this
times.
year. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Miss Columbia won this year. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge for all of you
But I
beauty
don't know
pageant
how did they score
aficionados.
it.
There we
Because
go.
Difference is a beauty
I usually
contest.
call myself a feminist. Well, but okay,
Yeah, well,
so I call myself a
that's part of the
feminist, but I
problem.
love beauty contests. Yes, but I love
see,
beauty contests, and
see,
I've watched them ever since I was little. But
see.
I still don't understand exactly how they work because it doesn't seem like the prettiest one wins all the time.
Um, I guess when you put when you put that many pretty women on stage, I mean, you're splitting hairs here
It's splitting hairs.
on who's the prettiest. Now, this woman who won Miss Zimbabwe, I think she's a beautiful woman. Would I give her a second look if I was out in Scottsdale? Probably not, because she needs to eat. But if that's what they chose to put up on the stage, that's what they chose to put up on the stage. Someone here in an article in Newsweek had an interesting point. I was trying to scroll to it here, where they talked about she was too white to represent a country of black people. She does not represent our country. She's a foreigner. And I think this goes back to kind of what Kat was talking about. I think there's still that divide from the long time colonialism that has taken place there. And so I don't think you're ever going to get over that. But then you had other people who were completely fine with it and say, did you listen to the Q&A that she did? As well. So I think it's just one of those things. I myself do not have a problem. And someone here made a great point. They found it fascinating that this is an issue when so many European countries have brown women or African American or African women who have been pushed up and sent out to represent their countries, while Zimbabwe seems to be having this big issue with having a white woman.
Well, yeah, it's because one's colonized and one isn't.
Well,
What do you
that's a good
mean?
point.
Like,
I know, but at what point do you? And I guess this kind of goes back to even our country, I suppose, too, just to make sure I'm adding everyone because I don't want to make it sound like we're trying to point the finger at someone else. But at what point do you get over whatever your history is and move forward?
when the reparations are made.
There's no reparations that are going to be made. So
Well,
again, when do you
they
get
always
over?
gonna be pissed off at a white Miss Zimbabwe when the whole goddamn country is black. It's been black. Like, they went over there, did what they did, and now all of a sudden this white woman's supposed to make the people in that country feel represented. That's a ludicrous ask.
Yeah, but if she's born there, isn't she much as a person of Zimbabwe as someone of color who's born in Zimbabwe? Cat,
According to the Zimbabweans, no.
cat.
Well, I mean, I'll go back to the Black Miss Tokyo. Like, was that foul? Because a lot of people over there, like, because it sounds to me like are the people in Zimbabwe upset about it? Because my friend was just kind of like, yeah, that sounds about right. Like, that'd be like if I found out Miss USA was white, I wouldn't flip out. But I mean, we're in a colonized nation as well. So it's just kind of what you expect to see. So, but in Tokyo, the Japanese people were pissed off. They were like, she's not Japanese. And she's like, but I was born here. I speak the language. It's the only country I know. One of my parents is Japanese and the other one's black.
Here's a question to you, Cat. Do you
Yo,
in this country? Because you said it about this country. Should we, as Black people, kind of feel ourselves as being part of the colonials as well, seeing we're not Native American and we weren't here originally?
yeah, since we were bred to kind of just be the labor for the colonizers, yeah, I think a lot of times we fall into patterns where we kind of still pick up that mantle.
Okay.
Yeah, we fall into that sometimes.
Leon, what's that face about, man?
This whole idea that it's a goddamn, who picks the winner of that is the person who's looking the longest. Like, it's irrelevant to everything that's going on in the world. But I think it's funny that when the reverse happens, it becomes this major news story in Newsweek. All of a sudden, oh, we got a white woman representing Africa. See how bad it is on both sides. And this whole just ridiculous. Like, nobody gives a fuck. It's a beauty contest. She doesn't. She's not gonna make drastic changes to the world. Like, there's not.
You hear
Her last name's Jackson, for crying out loud. Come on, man. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
You beat me
but
to
let's
it.
be for real.
you beat me to it. That might be my biggest problem with it is that she's from Zimbabwe. Her last name is Jackson.
Like, wait, yeah, white
It's a
African
crazy
Jackson?
world.
And she-
Girl.
That's how I
Hey,
know
we're all in this
Zimbabwe wasn't
together.
gonna win the contest.
Can't say we're all in this together.
Oh, and that was the thing too. I had a correction for Dion because the 2019 Miss Universe was from South Africa. Africa is out here
Exactly.
representing.
South Africa. We all know what goes
That's
down
right
there,
next to
Elon Musk.
Zimbabwe. It was a black
Okay,
chick.
and
They're right next door to each other. I'm just saying Africa can hold it down in Miss Universe.
Get him, Cat.
But usually Miss Columbia is gonna win though, for real. Put money on her.
I'm pretty sure they won it this year.
Who
Dion.
going proud? I don't know. I don't really keep up.
Dion, where's your boy Lee at? Is he gonna try to chime in? Is he gonna try to call you halfway through the show?
He's at work right now, thank God. But I tagged him in the post, so he knows the show's going on. So if he calls,
Just been a dick. Just been a dick. Kat, real quick before we continue with the conversation, what do you guys got coming up? What's your next book you guys are talking about on your podcast?
Oh, what is our next book? Let me look at the spreadsheet. That's
Okay,
a Moni question. Shout out to Moni.
All right, let's move on. So,
Yeah.
Why are you doing that?
The last book we read.
yeah.
The last book we read was Jay Gatsby, Black Man in White Face.
I know. I saw the post. So I said, "Oh, that seems interesting. Like that would have
It
probably
was
been interesting."
very interesting. It was
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
interesting. So yeah, our next book, it's always a surprise. Who knows?
It's a surprise because you have no idea what's happening on that podcast.
I'm just living, man. Yeah, I just Moni tells me when to show up. I show up.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You got to have two sides of that coin when you're doing a podcast together. Um, well, this conversation was interesting. Um,
I
but
just got I gotta ask you this before we move on.
yeah,
Do you think she actually stands a chance of like winning?
actually, I can tell you right now, she did not because she did not win because November 18th they did the Miss Universe competition and she did not win.
Oh,
Okay.
who
It's,
won? Was it Miss Columbia for real?
No, it was not Miss Columbia. Let me pull it up real quick. Whatever, I did
Peru? What was it?
have
Argentina?
it.
It was some South American broad looking fine as hell.
Because they got the best porn actresses. That's why. What, Miss Universe 2023.
Nicaragua. Yeah, it was
Told you.
South
Yeah.
America.
I knew it.
Yeah.
They
She
do
had
good
on
work
blue,
down there.
didn't she?
Good for them.
She wearing blue?
She's very pretty. Full lips, dark hair, brown eyes, bro.
I don't know. I just saw her screenshot. Yeah, it looks like she
This is
She had a
Shania
blue dress on?
Palacios.
this was as close as they're gonna let you get to a black woman this year. Was this woman right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
Good for
Yeah.
her. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's got some blue on.
Yeah, Miss Zimbabwe did not stand a chance.
South America
No.
always be wearing blue. So yeah.
And when the last time you heard about anything positive about Nicaragua? So they
I mean, they probably have some good news. They just won Miss Universe, so that's one thing. They probably have some good soccer news. I don't follow soccer. They're probably doing good in that.
Ken, I love having you on here. Just be
It's
bullshit.
just boundless optimism on bullshit. Just have no idea. But yeah, they're doing
I had a
great.
good weekend, guys. I feel great.
She heard South America and went straight to soccer.
I mean, not wrong.
they all nodded trying to probably get across our border, waving their fist at you, Cat. Ain't shit going on in Nicaragua. Cat, you said you had a good weekend. What's good? What's so good? What happened? Hot date? What happened?
No, I got some relaxation in. I had like my first weekend off in a really long time.
Well, congrats on that. I
Thank
do like how I said you have a hot date and the look on her face.
Nah, that would be probably all stressed out.
Oh God! All right, let's go to our.
Why is it, when it comes to a man, it's got to be a negative situation? Do you notice that, Sydney? Just
Man could have took you on a nice date, bought you a nice
Good
steak
question,
dinner.
Dion. Why?
I know.
I'd
why,
like
Miss
to know why,
Evans, 'cause you
too.
think men ain't shit. That's why.
I've never even
Yeah,
said that. I just don't like oppression.
Oppression? What?
See what I'm saying?
Wait a minute. I never said.
That's all.
I never said men ain't shit. I just don't like oppression.
Yeah,
I
like,
just don't like oppression.
I love this diet misogyny she got going on right here.
Wait a minute.
It's not
Wait a minute.
even.
All
I
right.
can hear someone say the same thing. I don't have anything against white people. I just don't like oppression. Like you can put anything.
Exactly. That's the same thing. Like, yeah, it's an oppression machine.
We ain't never, ever,
Oh my
ever.
God.
It's never
Sorry.
going away, Sid.
Sorry, folks. You see me turning up this big ass water bottle. I'm thirsty. So, Facebook user
We
says,
forgive you.
Kat, I was not talking to you. What, you over there drinking your shit? Over there drinking your
You
Riffle.
said sorry. Whatever. This is my tropical passion fruit tea.
All right. Oh, well, there you go. Facebook user says, I'm here and I didn't mess up the show. So we know who that is, y'all. We know that's Lee. We'll put Lee up on the screen right there. Make sure there he is. I'm here and I didn't mess up the show. Thank you, Lee. Facebook user says, who's that with y'all? Oh my God. Who said, can you see who says that?
It was Lee.
Oh, was it Lee?
Yeah.
Sorry, Kat. Lee is a man, and he said something nice about you. So shit
That's
on
nice. Thank you, Lee. No.
You got no chance, Lee.
him. She'll be shitting on you at the end of the show. We do our post-show meeting.
I really
dare that man say something nice about me in the comments, raggedy bitch.
I've never said anything like that. When every compliment that I've got, I've said thank you.
Cat, we just fucking with you. We just fucking with you.
I know. I'm getting such a hard time. I can't listen. I'm in such a good mood. Can't nothing stop it.
We don't want you to be in a bad mood. Just laugh. We all having fun. We having fun. You gonna give me? In fact, I think you're giving me and Dion a little shit since the show started.
I know. We agreed on the first topic.
And I know one thing. I know
I'm shocked.
when the fake ass book club podcast blows up and she's got a real staff, no man on staff can look her in the eye when she walks down the hall. It's gonna be Cat.
What makes you think there will be men on staff?
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
No. Cat, I didn't think there would be any, but that was a setup. I needed you to say it. I want to be the one to say it.
Right. I'm like, how'd you get through? No.
Oh man.
No, we'll take all kinds.
I bet you will. It'll be scrubbing toilets.
No. I believe in all the diversity. I don't think all women organizations do well. I think you need all kinds.
What script are you reading from? I can't see you, but I know I know corporate jargon when I hear it.
I am not corporate.
We here at the
I wish I
Fake
could be
Ass Book
corporate.
Club appreciate all diversity when it comes to the male genitalia, whether it be big or small.
And we do.
We can have cut the crap.
Dion,
can you see? Show me that medium. It's fine.
Dion, can you just see different races start walking up behind her as she's giving that speech? Here goes an Asian. Here goes a white woman.
While I'm wearing a turtleneck, it's real classy.
I want to go to this bottom comment here. It says they won't invite her back like Stan. Who said that?
Take one.
Tricks on you.
Ricky?
This
Was
is
that
already
Ricky?
my second time.
Yeah. Rick, shut up. Kat, could you say that again, please? This is your what time? How many times you been on?
This is my second time. Yes. They've already invited me back. I'm a fantastic guest.
Thank you.
They love me around here.
Take it easy. Take it easy. I like how her accent slipped up though a little bit. She said she sounded the way Cat Dory does, but then she said they like me around here. She had a little hood with it. It got a little hood.
Yeah.
All right.
Corporate jargon started to wear off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jessica says, "Oh, I like her." So she likes you, Cat.
I like you too, Jessica.
Boo. I mean, yeah. All right, y'all. What up, though? Slim is on with us. Appreciate y'all all being on, including you, Rick. Okay, so let's go ahead and make this show a little bit more fun. It is Thanksgiving week. We want to lighten it up. Thank you guys for sticking with us through that first segment. Wanted to do as we normally try to do. For viewer sends us something, we try to throw it up on the show and do what we can with it. So if you guys have anything out there that we can make something into, please keep sending them in, and we will try to get them up on the screen as much as possible. So let's switch to our next topic. Again, Thanksgiving, a little more fun, but throw it up on the screen. If you can't see it on here for whatever reason, you can also find this list in the Facebook group also. Kat and Dion, are you guys able to see it on the screen?
I can see it.
Kat, are you able to see it?
I can't, but I'm not on Facebook.
I'm using my other phone to see it. I can't see it on the broadcast.
Got you. All right, so you have to eliminate one. There's 9 items here. What the 3 of us are going to do, and as usual, we want you guys to take part in it too. Dion had his little Asian girls that he has in a cave put another list together. This is a good list. So you have to eliminate one of these items from that Thanksgiving table, and we're going to go ahead and do that by eliminating one thing at a time. Number 1 is turkey. Number 2 is rolls. 3, mashed potatoes. 4, mac and cheese. 5, stuffing. Man, a lot of carbs. 6, pies. 7, green bean casserole. Number 8 is ham. And number 9 is gravy. Facebook user here, right off the top, says green bean casserole, hands down.
That was Lee.
And this, we got another person says pies can go.
And that was Chelsea.
All right, okay. What's up, Sean? Sean is on with us. What's good, bro? Kat, did you get the list? Do you have it in front of you by chance?
I still haven't. Oh, here it is. I see it now. Yay. Okay, you can get them rolls right up out of here.
You knocking rolls off, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Kat's taking the rolls off. Now, why?
Yeah.
How come you taking the rolls off, Kat?
I'm a roll snob. I only eat my aunt's rolls, so I know it doesn't say my aunt's rolls on there, so I don't like them.
It's your Thanksgiving table, so yeah. If it does, okay, all right.
Yeah,
You gonna
yeah.
you'll get rid of the one thing that's your favorite because it ain't made by the person you want it made by. It didn't
That's
say you
right.
can't have your aunt's rolls.
It just says 2 rolls. If they don't say Angie's rolls, I don't want them.
All right, okay.
Them, and I can tell by looking at them, that's not it. So yeah, they're out of here.
All right, all right. Green bean casserole. Sean says Facebook user says number 5. Yuck. What was number 5? Was stuffing. Okay.
That
I'm
was Jessica
choosing
Taylor.
Jessica Taylor. I'm going based off. See, everyone. See, this is the cool thing about it. For me, I'm basing the food off of my family, of what we would put
Okay.
down and who would cook it. So that's how I'm knocking it off. Otherwise, I would have a hard time with this. Like cats would. I feel the same way with cat. Like there's certain shit on here I can't eat everybody's shit. I just can't do it. Let's see, Dion, what you knocking off first? I think I know where you're going, but go ahead, bro.
This is hands down easy. It's stuffing. Stuffing is disgusting.
What? That was the
It's
first. What?
yeah, stuffing is out of here. This shit is trash. It's dry. You gonna stuff some dry ass bread and a dry ass bird and try to serve it to
Wow.
people and have the nerve to say you thankful? If you don't get the hell out of here, stuffing is disgusting. You should be
Amen,
ashamed of
amen.
yourselves. It's only eaten on one day of the year, which tells you what? That it sucks 364 days of the year, and that one raggedy ass day gets to come out. Turkey's asshole. No, thank you. Pass on stuffing. I hate it. It's never good. I don't care who make Gordon Ramsay, Chef Robert, uh, uh, any other famous fucking chef you can think of, that Mexican dude on Food Network. You know who I'm talking about.
You talking
He
about
can't make
stuff?
stuffing. The shit's raggedy. It's trash. I hate its guts. You can't convince me it tastes good. You're eating
I
stale
mean,
bread out of
yeah.
a turkey's booty hole. No, thank you.
You talk about
Well,
stuff like it's a real person and it beat you up.
well, I
I'm just
know,
saying.
right?
To me,
Jesus.
Damn.
it doesn't even belong on a table. It is literally eaten only one time a year for one reason and one reason only. Is that you can
Jeepers.
have a meal with people that you allegedly be thankful for, but serve them this awful ass dish so they don't come
Allegedly.
back for another 264 days.
All right.
It's a weird
Disgusting.
thing. My first time agreeing with Dion today.
This
I
is
don't care about
you,
stuffing
you on a real
myself.
roll, Cat. We're gonna have you
Yeah.
back again if this keeps up. I can't believe neither one of you started here first. I was sure with 3 brown faces, this is where all 3 of us would start first, and that would be green bean casserole. Let me tell you
Oh, I
something.
thought somebody already kicked it off.
That was something that they said. I mean, we do it on. Yeah,
Oh, well, yeah,
yeah.
that would have been first. Yeah.
Let me
I
tell you
thought it
something.
already was gone.
There's nothing that will get you uninvited to the black family dinner and broken up with the black person you're dating quicker than bringing green bean casserole to the event. We have prepped our families for you. We have said you are awesome. We've even talked to our grandparents who can't stand Caucasian people to try to get them to be okay. And you showed up with some green bean casserole and embarrassed me. This love cannot stand. I don't care how good the hand jobs were on the way over here. We cannot be together. All right. So green bean casserole has got to be off the table.
Yeah,
No,
strong agree.
no, yeah. See, y'all messing with the wrong white folk. I know some people cook some mean green bean casserole, and I'm talking about crispy, fresh, the
What is wrong
nice
with
baked
you?
layer on top.
There ain't never
I've
been such a
had,
thing as a good green bean casserole, Dion.
yes, I've had it. I've had it multiple times.
You
But I
just
tell you
shit
what,
all
I've
over the
never had.
stuffing like it
But I tell you
abused
what's
you.
never been good was stuffing.
Dion,
Stuffing's
I,
never been good,
I,
ever.
I can't take advice from the skinny man on this one. I'm gonna,
So
yeah,
my
I'm sorry.
metabolism. So you gonna bash my metabolism in front of our tens of
I
viewers
am. I
because
Tens
am.
of viewers.
I am. I'm
because
10
I
toes
don't fit
down.
the eye requirement for you to take food advice from. So
Yeah.
skinny people aren't allowed to speak on food. Huh? How
No,
interesting
no,
that the oppression
no.
there, on my opinion,
Yeah.
The
doesn't
Yeah.
feel
I
good, to
stand
be
up. I
honest with
stand up in
you.
my oppression. I don't
And
even
as
pretend like
some
I don't do it.
Dion, and the people in the back are with you, brother. You hear that applause? They are with you. You have
And
to.
after I died on the hill with stuffing for you. Damn.
Hold on now. Hold on. Nobody asked you to go out there and oppress nobody. Okay, let's go to some comments here. This is a great point here. Someone says, "But I need rolls for my sandwiches." So they're with you, or they're with the rolls.
That's fair.
Uh, number 7. What was number 7, guys? So we don't have to keep pulling it up. Give it to us. Okay, green bean casserole was number 7. So I'm with you on that one. It's only dry when it's not made correctly. Someone says, Dion. So they talk about the stuffing. Uh, Stuffing is amazing. Tell us how you really feel, Dion. Stuffing is gross. So someone agrees with you there. I bet you that's Chelsea. I agree with you there.
Charles says stuffing is gross. Demetria said, tell us how you really feel. Chelsea says stuffing is amazing, but I don't think she's talking about the bread. Lee Jones said,
don't set the dominoes up, man.
just messing with you, Chelsea. Mary said it's only dry when it's not made correctly. And I disagree. The's no correct way to make mushy bread. It's either dry or it's disgusting.
I disagree with you because my mother's stuffing is bananas outrageously
compared to what? Regular ass bread? Like,
Yes.
what are you talking? What are you comparing stuffing's flavor profile to?
Can
Construction paper?
My mother's coming.
It tastes better than construction paper.
My mother's coming into town for the next, not this Christmas, but for next Christmas. Can you be in town for that? Because I would like for you to have this conversation with her in person over her stuff.
I don't want to hurt your mom's feelings.
I ain't worried about that.
Just saying.
All right, so hey, would you like some mushy bread with your turkey? So someone's agreed with you on that. Growing up in a white family, we had stuffing more than once a year. Is that Chelsea?
That's Chelsea. Yeah.
Okay, I figured. I guess that one right. All right, so you guys are. I love this stuffing has started this conversation out great. So let's kind of keep this thing going. Again, if you haven't hit that share button, please click it. Kat, what is going to be the second thing you're knocking off this list there, ma'am?
Okay. Let's see. So we already knocked off green bean casserole, rolls, stuffing. The next thing I could probably do without, quite honestly, the pies.
Really?
Because
Just
here's
no
the thing.
sweetness
Someone in the
over there.
comments. No, here's the thing. Somebody in the comments asked, like, what is our favorite dish? My favorite dish is usually the sweet potato casserole, which is more of a dessert than a side. So as long as I have that, I'm good.
Tia's face. All right, so pies are off. Tia, what are you knocking off?
Let it be known that I despise Thanksgiving. It's my least favorite holiday.
It's giving.
Thanksgiving is just stupid as
You're
hell.
Chandler. So you're taking over because Matthew Perry died. So you the new Chandler.
Yes, it's
Okay.
It's raggedy as a holiday in general, and the food is so overrated. But the next thing I'm knocking off would be turkey, because why? What do we need turkey for?
How are you knocking off turkey at Thanksgiving? What is wrong with you? You are mad. This is complete madness.
Because
Willy Wonka.
Can we be honest about the holiday? It's mid as fuck at best. Turkey is not spectacular. Okay.
This is your list that you had your little Asian ladies overseas put together.
I know, and I'm breaking it down at how this trash holiday is so overrated, and the food is overrated. You guys swear it's the greatest, but you don't eat turkey on a regular basis. Turkey is a seasonal bird that we shouldn't be eating because it's ugly and it's dumb and
Does
it's
turkey
dry as
bacon
hell.
count?
That's who?
Does turkey bacon count?
What are you talking about, Kat? What's in that
You
glass?
said eat turkey no other days of the year. I eat turkey sausage and turkey bacon.
Well, okay, all right. I'm gonna do this like Alice Trebek back in the day on Jeopardy. I'm looking at the judges. All right, we will agree. We will let
Yeah,
that
turkey's delicious.
Sprinkle some turkey flavoring on bacon and sausage. It's fine the way it is. You don't gotta eat it from a turkey. It's trash. Turkey
Actually,
is a
can I
crappy
take
bird.
back my other one? I want to put pies back on the board and take out ham because I don't eat the swine.
What is going on around here? You're being influenced by Dion. All of a sudden, you want to put pies back on the board.
Pies are back on the board. Like, yeah, if I could have pie or ham, I'd rather have pie.
Just threw the pies in the garbage and pulled them back out, put them back on the table. So I changed my
Yeah,
mind.
I just wiped them off.
I got nothing. I'm not coming to dinner either one of y'all house. I got nothing left over but mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, and gravy to drink.
I'm having
Y'all
pizza for Thanksgiving.
You got no fucking desserts. What you said, Dion?
I'm having pizza for Thanksgiving.
That's what it sounds like. Someone says, I
Hey.
like cranberry sauce. I'm weird. I like homemade everything else for the most part for Thanksgiving, but nothing says Thanksgiving like that canned cranberry sauce. Without
With a little
the real
taste of
cran.
can.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Don't bring me.
I love the taste of Kroger aluminum. Thank God. Yay.
Hey, we don't eat any store brand food in this house. You've been in this house before. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's do this. Ed says mac and cheese. Yes, he's white. Yeah, we know, Mary. She said so. We know Ed is white, but he says, wait a minute. Is he knocking mac and cheese off the list,
He's
Mary?
taking mac and cheese off the board.
Oh, then yeah. His whiteness. I'm glad you did qualify that response because only a white person would knock mac and cheese off the board. I can even this mac and cheese looks good. I'm not sure I would eat it because I don't know who made it, but even it looks good. You can't knock mac and cheese off. Take that off the table, Ed. That's right.
Not
Ocean
before-
spray only. What's that,
Not
Dan?
before stuffing. No.
All right. Let's scrap the whole idea of how we with this list, how we breaking it down. Someone asked a question. Let's just ask it. Let's just answer it. Number one food, Dion, you got to have at least one, even though you shit on the holiday. Number one Thanksgiving food you would accept on your plate and you would eat on the holiday. The number one thing.
I'm going collard greens.
Okay, collard greens. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Kat, where you going?
I already said sweet potatoes.
Oh, so that's your number one.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I'm really showing up for because that's the thing I really don't get the rest of the year. Because usually,
Because it sucks.
it's difficult to make. Like you like have to take a day off.
So the month of November makes it easier to bake, set the oven at 350 degrees and get some shortening. What are you talking about? It's easier
Yeah, you
to make
get
in November.
Wednesday off.
I just adore Kat.
And this stuff makes sense to her. Are you
It
crazy?
does. You get Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday off, so it makes it. If you're a person who cooks, you know what it's like because you need a couple lead days to prep, and then you cook
For a
it,
sweet
and then
potato.
yeah, it's got to be a holiday. Yeah, and then that makes it a treat because it's not. It's a sometimes food. You
It
shouldn't
makes
eat
it
all the time.
trash because if you only eat it one time, it's garbage.
No, you shouldn't eat it all the time because it's got a lot of sugar, a lot of butter. You know, like you should. In the meantime, you should just eat regular sweet potatoes. But on Thanksgiving, you get a treat
Well,
because of freedom.
Ed wants. Mary says Ed wants collard greens too, Dion. And then someone says, "I've never had collard greens." LOL. So I don't know if that's Mary as well or not.
No, that was white ass Chelsea.
Aw. You're
Ooh,
missing out. We do mixed greens.
Chelsea, it is amazing that you, of all people on the show, you've never had collard greens. So, you know how much I love you, girl, but it is, I'm surprised you ain't been somewhere where you had some collard greens. Says you missing out. I don't think you guys. Dark meat is the best kind of turkey meat. Who the hell said that? Is that Chelsea?
Take a guess.
Chelsea. I'm done with you, Chelsea.
What
All
has
right,
happened to the show?
So mac and cheese, someone says, is my favorite dish. So for me, my number one thing I'm going to have, and I'm going to have to pick two, to be honest with you, because I like to have them together.
No.
I know. I don't get to have two.
I get to pick one more.
All right, fine. I'll pick one. I'll pick one. I'll pick.
See what happens?
The anarchy's too much for me. I'll pick one.
Okay.
My mom's mac and cheese. That's what I'm picking.
Okay. Yeah, because if you picked two, that would have been oppression.
I'm sorry, what's that now? How the hell would that have been oppression?
Because you're a man and you got two choices. She's a woman. She only got one choice after she picked the choice.
I'm just throwing it around now
because it wasn't the right choice.
Yeah, if you get two, I get two.
I think the fact that women get to choose if a man procreates gives y'all trumps any choice I get to make.
I mean, you have choices. You cannot put your stuff in places.
We're not even going down that road. Lee Jones says mashed potatoes and mac and cheese are his 1 and 2.
Let me be more precise
Okay.
with what I was saying. Women get to choose whether or not I get to do the act that will procreate. That's what I
Yeah,
meant.
that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, Look let me. I just want to make sure I'm being more precise. I wasn't trying to say that you guys do not have the right. It's your bodies. Me and Dion have talked about that. We want to straight up kick them off. We're still going. Cat's coming back. Dion should be back here in a second. Y'all are screwing up my show tonight.
I apologize.
No, what? Dion should be back momentarily. Sean, you are from Chicago. How can you dare say anything negative about collard greens? All our people are from the South. All right, we wouldn't be here if they didn't eat collard greens down in Mississippi or wherever the hell your family's from. Over here talking about they in the trash with stuffing. You're horrible. Green bean casserole, you taking that off? Sean, you know what? I remember. I don't think you like vegetables. That might be it. That might be it. Dion has not come back yet. Can you
Oh,
move back?
bummer.
Can you? Oh wow, Cat. That was just. Oh, with Dion.
It was
Man.
sincere.
You know what? I gotta tell you. I haven't known you a long time, but I gotta tell you, I'm still having a hard time trying to figure out who's sincere. Just pick up on that sincere voice.
I'm being sincere. I must come off meaner when I type. I'm super nice.
I do want to say this. I do think I have an indicator now. When you say oppression a little bit differently than you say everything else. So I am picking
I
up.
do?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It says bring me back. Jump back on. I think that's Dion. Dion, just
Oh, okay.
are you not work? Is it not working for you? The link because you're not coming up at all. Try again for me. Let me know if I need to resend the link.
So any
Kat,
highlights from the go ahead.
no, you go ahead. Go ahead. What you got?
No, I was asking if you had any highlights from your the misunderstood taping. Because I
Um.
missed the last couple of weeks. Like it's been nuts. I missed the show.
Oh yeah. We talked about it last week, but yeah, briefly, just having so many people who flew in. Dion came in for it. People from LA, people from Seattle, people from Idaho. So that was excuse me. That was definitely. I don't. Not at all, sir. Not at all. Here, I'm gonna resend the link to you. So that was something that was a little nice, and that was the high point of it. And then just having standing room, it was it was packed out, people standing up, that type of thing. So that was nice as well. So there we go. Um, bring Dion back up. So that was another high point. So it was great. It was awesome
That's
time.
good.
Yeah, it was good, and to be able to have Dion there on stage, on the stage with me as well. So Kat was just asking me about the show while we were waiting to get you back on. So it's just
Show did
Yes,
take you
I
long
get it.
enough to resend that link, Sydney.
well, Kat asked me about myself, and that took me way off. So I got completely sidetracked.
Yeah,
Oh
I
no,
get it.
I
I be
was
feeling
watching.
misunderstood too.
What's that? What you said, yeah?
I said I know. I was watching. I was watching y'all
Oh,
talk.
someone said it was an amazing night. I
Uh,
can't see if everybody could
It was
just
Mary.
sign their chat so I know. Oh, that was you, Dan. Okay.
No,
It
that was
just says
Mary.
face.
that was Mary. That
Oh,
was
it's
Mary.
Mary. Oh, that's
Uh,
what's up, Mary.
yeah. So it was fun. It was fun. All right. Well, you guys have just shit all over this whole thing. Dion, did that leave you feeling oppressed? The fact
Digitally impressed.
who's
That was Mary. Good one, Mary. Yes, I was very impressed watching them talk on my show without me, and they didn't even resend a link. I'm just watching, like, okay, it says waiting on host. And the host ain't the hosting, so
the host was
But then
hosting?
he
How'd
was
you get
talking
back
about
in?
himself.
My name is first on the show.
There it is. He's first on the call list.
So yeah, but it was great. It was great. Not as great as having the two of you on the show with me. I don't know where I would be if
Aw.
I didn't have you two people here on the show. I mean, I know where I would be. I get to say a few more things actually, and the spotlight should be where it is. But other than that, I don't know where I would be if the two of you were not here with me right now. So I am very thankful for having you guys here. I mean, this is the greatest
I'm very
week
thankful
for
too.
this.
This is a season of gratitude. I don't care what Dion says. I love Thanksgiving,
He's a horrible
but I just
person.
like having a
What do
day
you
off.
mean?
We could call it whatever.
You don't care what I say. Well, I'm saying the truth. Thanksgiving is mid. It's trash. It's overrated, and people need to cut it out. Stop acting like Thanksgiving is the shit. It's raggedy.
I will say, I don't understand, and I don't get it. I don't, because it's not my favorite. For some people, Thanksgiving is their favorite holiday. I don't know why, because you got Christmas right around the corner, and I think Christmas is a much better holiday than Thanksgiving, in my opinion. Not just because of the gifts. I just think it's a more jovial, happier time. The music to go along with it. I think people's spirits are even higher, and people are even kinder during Christmas than they are. I think people are nicer during Christmas than they are thankful during Thanksgiving.
Yeah, because nobody's actually thankful. It's just a piece of crap holiday that we smashed in between Halloween and Christmas to give people some type of bullshit perspective. I'm thankful that y'all gave us this land. I'm thankful that y'all gave us these turkeys. I'm thankful y'all didn't hold us accountable for going back against every treaty we ever signed with y'all. Thanksgiving's a load of crap. It's barely underneath Columbus Day when it comes to being a bullshit holiday.
Kat just did her Beyonce in terms of I
What?
see Beyonce do interviews where shit is being said and she looks off like she's looking at her PR person, like get me the hell out of here.
No, I mean, I just like having a day off. We could call it whatever.
All right.
What is this, Arbor Day? What are you?
Someone just right on cue. Someone puts up paid days off. right on cue.
Yeah, it's like, oh, there's no mail today. All right.
That was Lee.
Lee. Was that also Lee who said, "I just like to eat"?
No, that was Chelsea.
Okay. All right. Chelsea, you just keep setting up the dominoes, girl.
Mary also likes to just eat. Chris Spangle's in here watching. What up, Chris?
What's good, Chris?
Hi, Chris.
Where's his comment at? What did he say? Did he say anything?
He didn't comment. He just says he's watching.
Chris,
so he might have
Thanksgiving
just
to
popped
Christmas,
in for
man.
it.
Chris, you got the wife and the kids. I'm guessing you're gonna pick the holiday between the two that's easier for you. But which one is it? Thanksgiving or Christmas?
He says, "Hello, my friends."
Yeah, I see him there. Oh, got a picture of the baby up there. Let's go ahead and there you go.
Aww.
That's a cute pic right there. Marshawn says, "Hey, I grew up poor. Thanksgiving was a time we knew we were gonna eat good that day." Okay, all right, okay. Would have been a time for me to.
Yeah, but do you see it? Do you see how it overrates Thanksgiving because you were starving for the rest of the year? That when you get to the one day you get to eat something, you think the food's immaculate. When in reality, it's it's fucking everyday garbage. Nobody eats stuffing any other day of the year except maybe Christmas.
The only thing I was going to say was Sean. That
But
would have been
I'm going to push back because that's debatable. I maintain it's not that these foods are garbage; they're just difficult to make. So you can't really make them throughout the rest of the year because you don't have the time off.
Oh, so I'm going to invest time in a mid meal that takes a long time to cook. Yeah, that's a great
Yes.
strategy. No,
Yes,
it's terrible.
it's what brings families together, the guilt and obligation.
Who the fuck? Di, I'll put this up on the screen. Di, who wrote this? Did you guys know a woman named Mary wrote letters for 17 freaking years before Lincoln made it a national holiday? That woman also wrote "Mary Had a Little Lamb."
That was
Oh,
Jessica
good for
Taylor.
her.
Oh, Jessica, are you being serious with the "Mary Had a Little Lamb," or are you just trying to put a little something funny on the end of it there?
I love that story because it harnesses a woman's strongest weapon, which is not shutting up about it.
All right, boo.
Yeah.
Where we at? The close I can get to
She
a
did
ball.
it.
A woman's strongest weapon is the ability to not shut up.
Yeah, pretty much.
That is going to be a very viral quote for this show. Because
That's how
I
you
will
get
drink
things
to
done
that,
around
Kat.
here.
Did you just say that, Kat? That is a woman's strongest weapon?
Yeah,
Is
not
that-
shutting up until you see some things change around here.
All right.
yeah,
I
you're gonna be waiting on that change, sweetheart.
got I gotta tell you, Kat, I'm getting a little more insight into you here. All right. Chris says Christmas is my favorite holiday, but ham sucks ass, and I like turkey. It says fuck you,
Yeah,
Dion.
that's true.
I'm putting that on the screen. He says fuck you, Dion. And the reason I put it on the screen because it looks like this little baby is pointing. Like it's pointing right at Dion when I put it up on the screen. So stuffing, and he says stuffing is good. He says as well. So
Well, as a wide body white man, you'll put anything in your mouth, so I'm not really worried about
Jeepers. Man, shots fired.
that man's baby is right there pointing at you. How dare you
Right.
talk about his father's
When
wide
he
body?
when he gets old enough, he can get Kill Bill too.
I see you, Chris. Chris lost a lot of weight. Chris is a fine, upstanding white man. Good on him.
I'm sorry. What is he? A fine upstanding what?
White man.
What is a white man? Why is it not white? Why is it not white man?
I don't know. It's just more official.
She doesn't want to misgender his whiteness.
She said, Dion, did it sound like she said it like one word to you as well? She said white man.
She is white man. Yeah. It's
Okay.
cool. Cool.
Class, I want to introduce you to your new classmate, Darius Whiteman.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right. Facebook user says, I'll put it up here. Thanksgiving, the American Indians saved us from starvation, and then the white folks stole all our land, killed, raped, and impoverished their people. We are so thankful, though. Who's coming with this?
That was Dana.
Who's
We're thankful to them for being such good sports.
Who's wearing the dashiki with a Thanksgiving hat or the pilgrim's hat on his head at the same time?
Stand up for your rights.
We're thankful for making it through most of the year. We celebrated by eating a lot of food, and all of it was good.
That was Lee Jones.
Yeah. All right. This is good. I was gonna ask y'all.
Did you see
what?
Did you see what Slim said?
What he say?
He said, "I'm about to DoorDash some cranberry sauce with raisins to Sid's house."
I got your address too, motherfucker. So you go ahead and do that. Weird shit about how
Neil Brennan said raisins are white hot sauce, like white people's hot sauce.
Did he say that?
Just put it on everything.
I'm thinking bacon would have been. All right.
Nah.
Everybody likes bacon.
Hey man, I like a good raisin. Though my grandmother used to put raisins in the coleslaw, and my grandmother, I love her dearly, but she had some of the driest coleslaw you ever had, and the only reason I ate it because she had raisins in it.
Ooh, that sounds unpleasant.
Say you guys make me hungry for Southern food.
Raisins are abomination.
You don't like them in anything, Dion?
No, raisins are disgusting.
Not even
Why would
snacking?
you?
Like,
Why would you do that to grapes? Grapes ain't done nothing.
Oh,
Nobody
my
but
God.
be
You got the
sweet
weirdest
and
taste.
delicious and juicy. But then you're gonna dry it out and eat it in its mummified form. It's sad and depressing.
Quick poll before
Well,
we
just
leave, before the
culinary.
show's over.
Oh.
Yes for raisins, no for raisins. Quick poll. I want to hear from our master debaters real quick. Are you with the raisins, Kat? You like raisins?
I like raisins by themselves. Like, have you seen like those watermelon flavored raisins, like Sunkist makes? Like,
use-
those are pretty good.
I don't usually use this word, but that sounds like the most niggerish snack that's ever been
I'm pretty niggerish, Sid.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime gal.
So I like raisins like that, but I don't like raisins in stuff.
Okay, all right.
Like,
I'm a
but I'll
I
eat
love
like
raisins.
a handful of raisins.
I don't like raisins. I don't like a raisin in the sun. I don't want,
not the P Diddy version because
Yeah,
I heard.
I don't want no goddamn watermelon raisin. That is the most racist shit I've ever heard in my entire life.
They're good though.
No, hey
They
Dion,
taste like
Dion, the only way they can get more niggerish if they taste like hot Cheetos. That's the only way.
no, they taste like Sour Patch Kids.
Oh
They're
my
like
God.
sweet
That's-
and sour.
yes.
All right, so Joanne Little says no to the raisins. Facebook user says raisins are good. Someone else says they're hard no on the raisins. Raisins are nasty. What is with all you people? Do you people like grapes? That's what I would like to
That's,
know. If you don't like raisins, do you like grapes?
It's
Mary
with the
says
fiber.
raisins are good. Demetria says raisins are a hard no. Chelsea says raisins are nasty. Dana says I agree with Chelsea. No, thank you. And then Jessica says chocolate covered raisins, thumbs up.
Another domino setting them up.
No, if you got to add chocolate
So,
to it, it's trash.
so were we gonna? Did y'all already talk about Diddy?
You know what? I was just getting ready to throw that on the table as an
Oh, my
option.
bad. Put it on
No,
the
no, no.
floor.
You're fine. It wasn't even originally on, but I was gonna throw it on. So no, it's great. We're reading each other's minds. I like frozen grapes. All right, that was not a
That's
choice.
cool.
so,
But now we
so
all know that those are good.
frozen grapes are good though, and actually that was a choice. You're right. I did ask the question. Did you like grapes? All right, Diddy. Um, his ex came out, sued him. He settled within a day. Some of the allegations were, she controlled him or he controlled her. There was some type of abuse. There was rape. She said that he would bring in male sex workers. That's what she says. Bring in sex. These are some of the allegations. Male sex workers make her have sex with them while he recorded it. Kat, were there some other things that you heard as well that were in the news written that I'm missing?
And he made her shave her head.
Yeah, yeah. I made her shave her head, and I think I forget who I saw tell that story in an interview. Young Jock.
Oh, and he
Young Jock.
blacked out her eyes. Like she had to go like out of sight for a while because he blacked both of her eyes. He had to bring in a plastic surgeon to fix her up.
Kat, let's go to you. Obviously, I feel like you have something you want to say about it because you want to know if we're going to talk about it. What do you have to say? What you got?
No, it wasn't. I wish I had been more surprised by it. I was like, yeah, that all tracks. And then like this is coming off of he's also been implicated in Tupac's murder. That was pretty messed up. Yeah, it all tracks. He's not a good. I don't think there's like ethical billionaires, so it tracks.
Well, I would agree with you. When you get to have enough money in your bank where it starts with a B, you definitely did some shit. That's why you see Diddy. What is Diddy now? Probably in his 50s, I would assume, right?
That sounds right.
Yeah.
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 So we got another 20 to 30 years if his health holds up before you start to see Diddy do an entire turn where he's giving money to kids in Africa, building schools. He'll be doing all kind of shit when he's getting ready to see God. So that's what billionaires do. They get ready to see the good Lord. They start giving some of that money away and doing some shit because they've done the worst things you can think about to get to that point or get too close to that point, which he's close to that point. I think he's worth
Do you think he
seven, eight
killed
hundred
Kim
million.
Porter?
I think you have
Because
enough money.
when she died, that was my first thought was he killed her.
I think you have that kind of bread, you can have anything done anybody you want to do.
Yeah.
I think if P. Diddy wanted, all three of us would come up missing tomorrow. But
Yeah.
thankfully, as D.I. put it, we only have tens of viewers. So
Yeah, I'm not on the radar.
D.I., what
Said
do you
I would tell you to take that, but you can't take that.
D.I., do you have any thoughts on the whole thing?
I just find that the day you heard about it and then the day after it was over, and then that's how it should be. I love how quickly he was like, "Yeah, I did it, but it's over with. Here, take some cash. I'll see you tomorrow." And it's one of those things where he didn't come out and unequivocally deny anything. He wasn't out there saying, "Well, let's all let all the facts play out." It was like, she said he did this on Monday. On Tuesday, he gave her enough money to make her stop saying that shit on Wednesday. And that is my favorite part about this entire situation is she was upset on Monday, and by Wednesday, she ain't said a damn thing. And I wish all our news stories would go that way when it comes to this just type of ridiculousness going on where somebody say you did something, you know you did it, but you don't want to admit guilt, so you just pay them off, keep them quiet, and then you don't speak on it anymore. What's old boy on the Breakfast Club who he loves to do interviews about how he just steal them people money, and then you see
DJ
another
Envy.
clip of him, yeah, DJ Envy, another clip of him saying, "Yeah, that's exactly what I did," and it's like, yo, you shouldn't be talking about this thing while you're going through it. You should
And
say,
Charlamagne told him that.
yes. And Diddy he of all people knows all the dirt he's done. And he didn't say a motherfucking thing. And that's what I love about this so much is he didn't have no publicist come out. He didn't get on Instagram Live and have music playing in the background with girls dancing on poles talking about, nah, I love the people. It was none of that. It was just like, you did it.
We
She's
are
got evidence. I'm going
we're
to pay
such
and
a
it'll be over.
we're such a weird society when it comes to celebrities, and the celebrities are just as weird as we are. What's the clip I just sent you? Somebody had a cell phone in prison and had R. Kelly singing one of his hits, and he's in here just having the greatest time. People are standing around. He's telling me, "Oh, nigga, shut up!" when I'm trying to sing, and he's just belting out tunes, and he's in prison. It's like he might as well been sitting next to Dion free, getting ready to eat some watermelon raisins and have a great night. I like no one.
I
Why
think
do
you
I
have
got to be
those in
sitting
common,
next to?
Gary.
But to your point, Dion, no one cares. No one cares. She says, "Yeah, he did these things to me." He says, "Bitch, shut up. I'm gonna cut your check." She says, "Okay," and it's done and it's over with. I do think, to Kat's point, if he did have anything to do with Kim Porter, the best thing she could have done for herself was sue him immediately, so that nothing, so she could
Look
not
super
come up missing.
suspicious. Yeah. Because to me, I don't like I mean, I understand why it was handled the way it was handled, but I think in general, like the way we kind of approach this stuff in society is we don't want to hear about it. And I do, because I'm like, because then it vindicates other women's stories when they were like, girl, you're just lying. You're just mad because he broke up with you or this, that, and the other, where a lot of men in his position get to keep doing this over and over again. So at least in the very least, the word is out, like, because a lot of times, like within circles, like when men aren't famous, women just kind of rely on each other, talking to each other to be like, he did this, this, and this. And then people just kind of put you on game like that. But for men who are famous, a lot of times they're protected because people will just equate fame with good. And so these girls trust these men. And then they end up in these situations like with R. Kelly, and that's the thing too, because a lot of times people like they think you're just playing, but like a lot of times you are scared for your life for real. And she's got kids now. So, I can
I love
understand
how
because
the
she's probably,
statute of limitations was about to be up on this lawsuit, and all of a sudden it gets filed and she gets
yeah,
paid the next day.
I would strike when
Don't
it's most advantageous for me too. Like right now while things are hot and you want to keep things cool. Cause he also just
okay.
got
So
through.
is that not predatory in and of itself? I'm not saying
It's
what
not
he did.
predatory to ask for, like, if somebody really did this stuff to you, like there's nothing wrong with asking. It's like with the Catholic Church and stuff. Like there shouldn't be a statute of limitations for these type of crimes, because that's one of the things the Catholic Church is lobbying super hard for, is to keep the
Okay,
because
I'm not.
people
I'm
who
not disagreeing with any of that. What I'm saying is you can't tell me that you were beaten up, abused, treated poorly 15, 20 years ago, knowing that if you want to get money for all that abuse, you have to do it by a certain date, and then that's why you come out and say it. I'm
sometimes
not
that
saying
is the
I'm
motivator that gets you to do it. Like, because that's the thing. Like, if I don't do it now, I can never do it. And I think that whenever you
well
have the chance to
when it
exercise your
comes to
rights, you should do
abuse,
it.
when it comes to abuse, and listen, I'm not telling anybody when to tell their truth of what happened to them. I'm not saying that. But what I'm
It kind
saying
of sounds
is
like you are.
well, let me finish then. When you come out and say somebody did X, Y, and Z to me 20 years ago, 4 days before the payment deadline is cut off for that crime, you don't also get the benefit of the doubt whether or not Diddy did or didn't do it. When it looks like you're motivated by money, the layman, the average person, is going to be like, this just seems to be one of those things that, oh, did this really happen? It delegitimizes everything that you went through. That's all I'm
I
saying.
think when you really understand like the cycle, because I've had to get out of abuse cycles. Like when you understand like it actually makes a lot of sense. Like when people are like, "Oh, well, why did you wait till then?" or "Why didn't you say something then?" A lot of times people did. Like a lot of people are chiming up and be like, "We've been talking about this. It just took somebody who we give a fuck about, since Cassie is like, kind of lightweight famous."
But Kat, I would not to throw any negativity or any shade on what you just said about yourself and your experience, because a lot of people out there are living that. So, but don't you think that there is a little something that make a little different when we're talking about millions of dollars as opposed
But
to.
how else do you punish someone who, like, how else do you go after them?
No, I'm saying in terms of what Dion was saying, you wait until you get almost to the 50-yard. I'm sorry, the goal line. If this was something that was really, really on your mind, weighing on you, so on and so forth, would this not be something that you would have pursued sooner as opposed to waiting until, oh, wait a minute, I can't get this dude to cut a check by tomorrow if I wait one more day?
I'm getting away from abusers is already really hard. A lot of times you're not in the state of mind for one to even be in full acceptance of what happened to you. People stay in denial for so long after getting out of abuse, like, oh, I'm doing the most, or, it wasn't that bad, because you don't even really want to accept the fact of what you've been accepting for so long. So, no, I don't think the timing is strange to me, like knowing like how abuse works, like on the regular, because it's actually
But
pretty standard. And on top of everything else, like I stand like there shouldn't be a statute of limitations anyway, because like we see that too with all the cases that come out from the Catholic Church. They're like, well, why didn't
Yeah.
you say something when you were 13? It's like, I was being
Well,
fucking abused by someone I thought was like talking to God.
well, I think
So,
that
okay,
I think that's
like,
that's
I think it's
different.
different. Yeah, I think that's different. I think I do
but
believe
it's
that's
When you
different.
but
talk
the
when you're talking about
pathology,
children,
but
when you're
it's
talking
not
about
it's
children
not
versus adults,
Let's share the oxygen.
I,
Let's share the oxygen. Go ahead,
I,
Dion.
I gotta stop you. I gotta stop you right there. Like, for a child, yes, speaking up is hard. I was abused as a child. My mom didn't know until I was in my 30s. So I get that. But Cassie was a full-fledged adult when she met
how old was she?
Diddy. She was an adult. She was
Because she
20.
was pretty. That is not very old. Like, and how
It's
old was
still
he?
it's still an adult.
She's an
It's still an
adult.
adult. She's still an adult.
And let's
She's
be
a legal
real. Your
adult.
brain doesn't. I mean, but that doesn't mean anything. Like, if I met a 20-year-old right now, I can run so much game on them. Like, your brain's not formed until you're 25. So I think Diddy knew exactly what he was doing,
That
and
that
they weren't
that is irrelevant.
equals.
We're not
It
we're
it
That is
does
irrelevant.
matter.
well.
I'm
It
not.
does
First,
I'm not.
matter.
I'm not debate. I'm not. Go
let me
ahead.
say this. I don't think you can say any of this is usual because we're talking about Diddy, one of the guys. I don't need to go through the guy's record. We all know who he is and the amount of money he has and what he's done and the power he has and the things that he's done in the past. So all of that stuff comes into play. So it's not like he was Tyrone who works at the other end of the fucking who works at the food truck that you go to on break every day. This is Diddy. So I don't care if she had been 20 or 35. This is still Diddy. I say if she had been a full-grown woman, because full-grown women get abused just like a 20-year-old woman can be abused. Does not change the fact, though. You can't change the fact she wasn't an adult. Because what we want to do is when something happens to someone and they're of a young age, even though they're an adult, we want to excuse it and say, well, the brains weren't fully formed and all these other different things. When we still allow them to make adult choices in other aspects of their life also. So either she was or she was an adult, and 20 years old, she's an adult.
But that's the thing. Like, you can't run the same game on 20-year-old me that you can run on 30-year-old
Sure,
me.
you can.
Yeah, you
If the
can. It
man,
happens all the time.
if the base, if the
No, I'm
basis
talking
of the
about
game,
me.
Yeah,
hold
well,
on,
that's
hold
you.
on, hold on,
That's you.
hold on.
You're being
I'm
very
call,
specific on the general
I'm call,
But
conversation.
I'm
I'm
just
calling,
saying for
and
men
I'm
who are
calling cap on
predators,
that.
I'm just
That's
saying for
cap.
men who are predators, they target younger women because they're more influential.
No, men who are predators target whatever woman who of whatever age is going to be, as long as you fall in line with what they want to do.
There are tons and tons of 45-year-old women got out their checks for guys who are just running
They
game.
do, but
It, okay, so
easier with younger people.
no, no, running game is running game. Point
Running
blank
game is
period.
running game, but
Women
if
always
you
tried to say that they were too young to understand what was happening to them. And then you fast forward 20 years later and they're still falling for the same old tricks. At what point
because
does it,
you because and that and it's interesting because usually when the trauma happens, there is like an emotional stunting that happens. Like sometimes it's even physical. Like that's something that's really we were reading a book, The Deep as Well, about how trauma becomes detrimental not just to your mental but physical health. It makes you more likely to strokes and heart attacks. Like all of that stuff leaves a mark. So to act like, oh, you should know better by now, and like you keep falling for the same stuff, it's because you're stuck in a trauma cycle.
okay,
So
so
that
let me
is
ask,
expected
hold
to
on,
be
hold on, hold on,
observed.
hold on, hold on. Let me ask you, at what part of the trauma cycle did she take the time to look up the statute of limitations on this suing? Because if
You know, it
trauma
might have
is
been
a
her lawyer. It might have been her. It might have been her therapist. Because that's the thing. Like that's something you talk about in therapy. Is like, am I? Because there's people I could go after, but a lot of times you don't have the strength to. Like,
Okay.
because you're for one not going to be believed. So you have to deal with that aspect of it, and
but
so
here's
that's
the thing.
re-traumatizing.
The thing
And then
about the
you're
thing about
also,
Diddy
and
is
you're
it's not
also
it's not a brand new allegation. We we've known about Cassie should have known about Diddy 20 years ago
like
because
20
it's the
years
same
ago.
story. It's the same stories. Yeah. You hear the same stories about the same group of people for the past however many years about that person throughout their entire
I would
celebrity.
say 20
We
years
all
ago, it wouldn't
knew
have been as
we all knew
widespread.
say what?
Like 20 years ago, like information wasn't disseminated the way it is now. Like the way we know stuff, she could have
For the
very well
layman,
been a very.
but the people in the industry, everybody knows. Everybody
But was
knows
she
what
in?
everybody knows what
We
Ja
people
Rule and
hear
P Diddy are.
rumors, but you don't know
Well,
for
I'm gonna
real.
side. No, I'm gonna side with Dion on this one. If you're like, Dion and I know stuff about people in the industry that you guys have no idea, and he and I would never talk about in open. But if you're in it, you've heard these things, whether it be about
But
sexual
she's a young
preferences,
girl. Is
or
she a
be
player
about
or is she being
abuse.
played? Because
Well,
I
at
just
what
think
point
You,
like
does it
they're.
become her responsibility? If you hear something about somebody and then you go experience it for yourself, who's at fault at the end of the day? Are you telling me she didn't know? Because I know she knew.
See, so
Because
now
everybody
you said
knew.
you're not
I'd have never
blaming
even.
the victim here, but it
I'm not
sounds a
blaming the
little
victim.
victim
I'm
blaming.
asking. I'm asking the question: at what point
See,
is it
if
her
I'm
responsibility? That's what I'm
correctly,
asking.
if I'm hearing you correctly, you're saying because of the timing of it, it's irresponsible on her part because she was
I'm
waiting until the
no,
statute
I'm
of
saying if
limitations.
she wants credibility for people to believe that this actually happened to her outside of Diddy signing all the paperwork immediately and not saying anything else. I'm not saying I don't believe her because I do believe her
Okay,
because what
all
I've
right.
heard about Diddy, it tracks. What I'm saying is why would she do this
She
to the
shouldn't.
credibility of the story 4 days before she can't get any money out of it? That to me is what I have issue with. Not what
So you
she's
think
saying that happened. I'm
she
saying
should
that
have done it earlier?
absolutely, because when you do it 4 days before the deadline to get paid, that's what it makes it sound like a money
But
grab.
to me, if that was because she may not have been ready to do it yet, but just did it because there were only 4 days left. Like if there weren't statute of limitations on these types of things, which I don't think there should be, because once again, coming to the realization of what you've been through in your abuse, like it doesn't happen just like that. So I think for people who have been victims, like whoever it was or whenever it happened to them at whatever age, they should be able to face their attackers. And we could look into more restorative justice models than just punitive. Because a lot of times, a lot of the women, when they were asked about the Bill Cosby thing, like, would you rather him go to jail or just apologize? And most women were like, rather him just acknowledge what he did and apologize instead of just this constant, like, I ain't do nothing, you just want money out of me.
all right, okay. Well, good conversation. I appreciate both of you guys' inputs. I appreciate you guys jumping in as well here. Someone says, didn't he try to throw Wale off a balcony? That sounds like some Five
Yeah.
Heartbeat shit right there. I think every black person in the music industry who got money tried to replay that scene. Suge did it with what's my man Ice Baby. What was it? What's my boy's name?
Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla Ice.
Hung his ass over the balcony. Vanilla Ice. I'd love to tell you that story. I don't know. Did he try to throw it? Did you guys hear that one at all? Where he tried to throw Wale off of a balcony? I hadn't heard that one.
Chelsea wrote that comment. I hadn't heard it, but
Uh,
it
I don't
tracks.
trust them Harlem niggas.
what? So Facebook user says, I feel like whenever she would have done it, this topic would be in discussion anyway. That might be a good point there. I'm not sure who made it, but that's a good
Yeah,
point
you
there.
can never be a perfect victim.
That
Um,
was Lee. And I'm not saying she isn't a victim. I'm saying to the credibility of her victimness or victimhood, if you will, doing it 4 days for $30 million because you aren't going to be able to get that money if you wait any longer. Just it leads to people to question because of all the situations. And if we flip this, who is
And I would
the
just like to say, just respond to that. I celebrate anytime somebody wants to face their abuser. I think it's always the right time to do it.
Okay. All right.
I'm not disagreeing with that at all. I'm just saying that
Yes, you are.
when
You're saying like he's doing it 4 days before the thing attacks her credibility, is what you just said.
no,
Well, I think that's
because
I think that's a
it
legit
does.
question though. I think it's a legit question, Kat.
And I'm saying there's no time to face your
Well,
abuser. That's the
one
bad time. So
one
that's what
hundred.
I'm saying. I don't matter if it was 24 minutes before it was up.
Yeah,
Good. Do that.
but here's the thing, and I want to make sure this isn't being done. We don't attack victims on here. What we do is ask questions, and I think that's a logical question to ask. If this is something that happened to you, just like I believe the logical question to ask, I don't give a shit if you've been with someone rich or not rich. Why do you always seem to end up in the same type of abusive relationships? And so, if you don't ask these questions and don't make people kind of be accountable for it, then what are we doing here? I don't think it's victim blaming. I think it's asking legit questions that even the victim should want to fucking ask themselves sometimes. So that's what we do. We're not blaming anybody. Look, no one's saying that Diddy. I don't think any of the three of us said Diddy was a fucking Boy Scout. So this dude has been known to smack dudes upside the head with champagne bottles and all kind of shit because he can. Again, I think he's living his best life with the five heartbeats and
Well, can
whatever
I ask
other
a
music producer
question?
shit.
Does questioning her timing make it safer or less safe for people to come forward with their stories?
The timing of her doing it makes it less safe. That's what I'm saying. It's the
No,
fact
I'm
that
asking is questioning her timing because I'm not questioning her timing. You are. I
Yeah,
think
but
her
you.
timing makes
I'm
sense
not
because whenever
questioning her
people want
timing.
to,
I'm
whenever
This is
people want
what
to
this is
face
what
their
you
accusers.
misunderstand, Kat. I'm not
Okay.
questioning her timing. I'm saying
Hmm.
the timing of the lawsuit 4 days before she wasn't going to be able to get any money delegitimizes whatever it is that she's bringing to the forefront. That's what I'm saying. The
Because
timing
that would have been
of
their last time to face her accuser in court.
no,
Like
she
that's
could.
the thing. Because she
uh,
wouldn't be able to file again, like, if you hit the statute of limitations. And my whole thing is she might not have been ready to even do this yet, but because the
Okay,
time was running out,
right.
she had to do it now.
So this is what I'm
If
saying.
that's your question, that's a possible answer that makes a lot of sense.
What I'm saying is you're you said earlier that you would just most women would just want an apology, right?
People, because this happens to all kinds of people.
Okay, so most people would just want an apology. We talked about the Bill Cosby situation where those women said they just wanted an
Those
apology.
women
If
did. Not every woman, not
well,
every
And
person.
that shit wasn't fucking true. But go ahead, go ahead.
At that
so
point though, like,
You
because at
want
that point, after
you want him
you
to
get hate mail and you get people calling you a liar and a homewrecker, like, yeah, at a certain point,
when you say
you
shit
want
like you
peace.
no when you say you want someone of Bill Cosby stature to just apologize to you, that is complete bullshit. Because once this man apologizes, we know what comes right after it is all of the civil lawsuits come right behind it
That's just
automatically.
accountability.
No, no, no,
So,
no, no. See, you're skipping over it. You're skipping over it. Say what it is, Kat. The fact that these women would say, all I want is an apology is bullshit. You gotta admit it, Kat. I know you want to be on the side of the victims and wave that victim flag no matter what, but sometimes you have to say some of this is bullshit.
well, that's why I'm talking about restorative justice because sometimes that's what it looks like is an apology, and you have to make because an apology is just words. Like you have to actually show contrition. So it's one thing to be like, "Oh, I'm sorry I hit your car, but I'm not paying to fix it." It's like, well, then you ain't sorry, are you?
So hold on. Am I hearing you correctly? So the fact that he would say sorry would not be enough. There would have to be something else done to
For
follow up
me, I
behind
don't.
it.
I can't speak for other people. For me, it wouldn't be enough.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
but I
And neither
would want some
and
recognition. But I would want
I
some recognition
no doubt, no doubt, and so would your lawyer want you to
of
fucking get that
of
recognition as
wrong.
well.
And that's the thing. And but if you've been wronged, you are entitled to that. It's like it's sort of this thing. It's like,
I'm
oh, so
I'm
now you
not
saying something. It's
denying.
like, yeah, now I'm saying something. I'm saying it loud too.
I'm not denying that you're allowed to say whatever you want to say whenever you want to say it. I'm not denying that. I'm not saying that she shouldn't have come forward. I'm not saying he shouldn't pay her what damages he owed her. What I'm saying is that if you are on the outside looking in and a woman tells you that 20 years ago she was beaten up and abused and treated poorly, and then you come to find out that she filed this lawsuit 4 days before, she would never be able to file this lawsuit, never be able to recoup any damages, right?
Hmm.
To the layman, to the person on the outside looking in, their first thought process is, oh, she's just doing this for money because she waited 20 years. And what I'm saying is I don't like that that's where people go. But that's what it makes it seem like when you wait that long. Now, however you deal with trauma is however you deal with trauma, and there is no time limit on that. We can all agree. What I'm saying is for the person in the future who's has this happen to them, and they see, oh, this is the response that I'm going to get if I wait this long, there's a chance that they won't speak up. So what I'm saying is when it happens to you, you should speak up. And if nothing is done, you should continue to speak up. The coach who just got fired
Because it's
up in
so safe to do that. I think no one ever thought of that, Dion. Thank you. Like women aren't stupid. Like the reason people don't speak up is because their lives become hell. Like so you're asking her to make her life hell when she doesn't have to or they don't have to. Like that's the thing. Like this isn't like,
That's
oh,
not
I'm
what
just
I'm
going to
saying. That's
handle
not
this.
what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is the credibility of the argument gets ruined by all the bullshit that happens in the in between time. That's what I'm saying. When you have some that woman
Because
that hold on that woman that just accused Trevor Bauer, the pitcher for Milwaukee,
Yeah.
she accused him of beating her up, and it was all bullshit. She didn't. He never touched her. This was all just a play. And it got swept under the rug. And he tried to sue her, but she didn't have any money. So what he got was a formal apology. It's the same thing. It's like why he waited so long to speak out on it ruined the credibility of him for people to believe him. That's all I'm saying. Is
not me.
that
To me, it makes sense. Like things, people think things play out like a Law and Order episode. Like that's not how life is.
No, no,
Like,
no. Okay, okay, I'm about to. All right, so we could talk about this all night
yeah.
long
But
and never
Dion, can we
agree.
both agree there shouldn't be a statute of limitations for if you rape
yes,
somebody? Yeah, I
Yes,
think
yes,
we can
absolutely.
both
yes,
agree on that.
yes,
I don't agree with
yes.
that. I don't agree with that. I think there should be a
All
statute of
right.
limitations, 100%. Um,
So we got that. Sid's on the side of the Catholic Church.
I love how you like to try to label shit and do your thing,
Listen,
Cat.
that's
I
what they're
like
lobbying for. They're
that.
paying millions of dollars to make sure
There's
that they keep that statute of
Or
limitations
you
because
could have,
they are getting broke.
or you could have asked Sydney why he thinks there, but you never do that because you're too much like the natural
Sydney, why do
inquirer.
you think there
The
should
show,
not be a statute of
it's too late.
limitations
We'll
for
talk about
rape,
that another night. The show is over,
especially
Cat.
child rape? Because
But
that's
we,
the thing. Like that's what
but
they specifically want
yeah,
to make
you
sure
go ahead and
once
put
you're
that in bold red letters in your in your
all
writing.
right.
All right, this has been a good show. Kat will be back because we love she comes on. We
Oh,
love you guys don't think we do, but we love to have these conversations and we love to have a female viewpoint
mm-hmm.
on here. We love you guys as our viewers to give it to us, but we like to have someone up here who has a strong opinion, whether we agree or disagree. Because as she reminded us, the show is called Now That's Debatable. Kat, as you know, we do a wait one more thing. Do you have one ready to go?
Yes. Did y'all know that like Will Smith and Pepper had a thing when her and Tretch were like on a break?
No, I had no idea about that. I didn't know
It
about that.
was Tretch brought it up on Drink Champs. He was making a little joke of it. He was like, "Keep my ex name out," because Will Smith was talking about on his podcast. He had Pep on
Oh,
there, and he was like, "Hey, you remember that time we used to mess around when you and Tretch were on a break?"
oh,
And
really?
then he got
Well,
scared. He was like, "Oh, Tretch is gonna beat me up." He was like, "Yeah, you ain't gonna run up and smack me."
yeah, okay, all right. No, I did not know that. All right,
Yeah, that's thought that was a fun hip hop fact.
it was. It is. It is. I didn't know about that. It was just a
50
weird.
years.
It was a weird transition. But go ahead.
It was
50
all
years of hip
consensual.
hop.
It was
Is
great.
that what you said?
Dion, what you got?
What the hell is
Oh, what the hell? Yes. What the hell? Sorry.
that got me all thrown off. I'm not even gonna lie. I
It's a fun fact.
Will Smith and Pepper from Salt and Pepper. Who would have thunk it?
Hmm. While her and Tretch were on a break.
I don't know what to say. Like I'm literally baffled. I completely forgot what the hell was gonna be. and it was a good one. But that you just completely blanked me, Kat. I'm not gonna lie.
Sorry.
Actually, I think you stole his. Actually, I think that's what happened.
Oh,
No,
that's
no,
what it was.
I definitely didn't hear that little anecdote about our friend Big Willie.
What says love you, Cat? I can't see. It just says Facebook user. Who said they love me?
Well, it's got to be.
That
I
was
bet you
just,
Chelsea.
and it was Jessica Lee Taylor.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, you guys would
Okay.
definitely get along if y'all ever met each
Oh,
other.
I love you,
You
darling.
both you both remind me of each other in so many
Hey, she
respects.
sounds
So
Is
awesome.
that your what the hell, Dion? That Jessica and Cat remind you of?
I don't have I completely forgot it because Cat with the Will and the Pepper that I wasn't expecting that, and I don't think I've recovered from it.
All right,
So
all right.
I'll get y'all next time.
Well, I want to say I want to end the show, close it out with this. This has been a good show. Someone put great show. Not sure who said that. Uh, Sean said should be a statute of limitations. Someone agreed with me a couple times. I thank you for that. This was a very good show, Kat. This was awesome having you on. I wasn't sure how this was going to go. The last time you were on,
Well, great.
I made a voodoo doll of you. Never used it though. Never used it. It's in the closet. Still got it, but never used it. No.
Oh, that's why my butt got bigger.
Yeah, that's why. Anyway, so, but this was a great show. We got to have Kat on again. We appreciate you sitting in that third chair. We don't have someone there very often, so we do appreciate it. To the two of you and everybody who watch, I'm gonna do the usual. I'm thankful for having these two people and having all of you guys chiming in with us every week. Without you guys, the show doesn't exist. I can talk to Dion anytime. We can bullshit without an audience. So thank you guys for showing up each and every week. It's been a long year for many people out there. So I want to ask you just to kind of keep your heads up. The year is almost over with. There's always going to be a tomorrow. 2024 is almost there. So make sure you use this week as you should use every day to remember your blessings, to be thankful for them, whether it be healthy family, a healthy spouse, healthy kids, a home over your head, no matter where that home may be, food on the table, no matter what that food may be, gas in your car, whatever it is, having a job. It is tough out there for a lot of people. A lot of areas, I'll speak about my area. People are paying $2,000 or more just to have a little something, a little piece of a roof over their head in some of the worst neighborhoods of Phoenix. So it's a tough time for a lot of people. So if you're out there and you're still breathing, you're able to make it, and you have a job and you have a couple of pennies in your pocket, and you can have somewhat of a decent Christmas, somewhat of a decent holiday, and give somewhat of a decent life to your kids, count yourself lucky and very, very blessed. Don't forget about those things. Have a good one. Don't do any arguing. Don't do any fighting. Don't drink and drive. Don't kill anybody. And we will see you all next Monday. Thank you guys for joining us.